Hey there, sleepless scientists. Tonight we're embarking on a journey not through space but through an immense span of time. We'll explore a lost world, one ruled by creatures of unimaginable scale and wonder. From their quiet beginnings to their magnificent reign and eventual disappearance, we'll uncover the story of the dinosaurs. It's a tale of evolution, resilience, and the relentless march of geological time. Before we dive into the deep past, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us continue these explorations into the mysteries of our world. Settle in, get comfortable. Our story begins not with dinosaurs, but with their absence. Picture Earth over 250 million years ago, emerging from the most devastating extinction event in its history, the Permian Triassic extinction. This cataclysm, often called the Great Dying, wiped out over 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates. The planet was a scarred, quiet place, its ecosystems shattered. Scientists meticulously study these ancient layers of rock, searching for clues. Each fossil, each chemical signature tells a part of the story of how life struggled to recover. The Triassic period dawned on a world recovering. Vast ecological niches, once filled by diverse creatures, now lay empty, waiting for new forms of life to emerge and adapt. Among the survivors were a group of reptiles known as archosaurs. These were the ancestors of crocodiles, pterosaurs, and, eventually, the dinosaurs. Fossil discoveries in places like the Karoo Basin in South Africa reveal an explosion of archosaur diversity. They were experimenting with new body plans and ways of life. Some archosaurs evolved into large, fearsome predators like Postosuchus, dominating the early Triassic landscapes. They were impressive, but not yet dinosaurs. The distinguishing features that would define dinosaurs were subtle at first. Changes in their hip structure, allowing for a more upright posture, and specialized ankle joints. These anatomical shifts might seem minor, but they provided a crucial advantage, setting the stage for future dominance. They allowed for greater agility and sustained movement. Imagine a world where the dominant predators walked with a sprawling gait like modern crocodiles. Then, a new kind of animal emerges, capable of running with more speed and efficiency. For years, paleontologists sifted through Triassic sediments, knowing that somewhere the earliest whispers of dinosaur life must be hidden. It was a search driven by quiet persistence. The breakthrough came in the Izquierdo Formation of Argentina, a place now considered a treasure trove of Triassic fossils. Here, scientists unearthed the remains of Aeoraptor, meaning dawn plunderer. It was small, no bigger than a medium-sized dog, and walked on two legs. Aeoraptor possessed the key features of a true dinosaur, a tiny pioneer in a world still dominated by its archosaur cousins. It was a quiet moment of discovery, yet profound. Nearby, another early dinosaur, Herrerasaurus, was found. Slightly larger, it was a predator, hinting at the future of these creatures, even in their humble beginnings. These discoveries were not flashy. They were fragments, carefully pieced together, revealing a narrative that had been buried for millions of years. Patience was the ultimate tool. Imagine the quiet satisfaction of a paleontologist, after years of searching, recognizing a unique bone structure that confirms a new species or even a new lineage. These early dinosaurs were not the giants we often imagine. They were small, agile, and likely lived in the shadows, competing with larger, more established reptiles. Their existence was precarious, a delicate balance within a complex ecosystem still reeling from the Permian extinction. Survival meant adaptation and quickness. The Triassic landscape was dominated by Pangaea, a single supercontinent. This meant similar conditions and dispersal routes across vast landmasses. This geographical uniformity allowed early dinosaur lineages to spread, though slowly, across what would one day become South America, Africa, and North America. Brazilian fossil sites like the Santa Maria Formation also yielded crucial evidence of these first dinosaurs. Each new find added another piece to the grand puzzle. The discovery of Storikosaurus, another early dinosaur from Brazil, further cemented the idea that dinosaurs had a South American origin point, or at least an early radiation there. Scientists compare these fossils bone by bone, seeking minute differences and similarities. This comparative anatomy is the bedrock of understanding evolutionary relationships. They examine the muscle attachment scars, the joint surfaces, the texture of the bone itself, each detail whispering secrets about how these creatures moved and lived. This painstaking work builds a phylogenetic tree, a family tree of life, mapping out who is related to whom and when different branches emerged. The early Triassic was not a dinosaur world. It was a world of rhynchosaurs, ichthyosaurs, and cynodonts, strange and wonderful reptiles and mammal-like reptiles. Dinosaurs were just one small branch among many, quietly developing their unique adaptations, waiting for their moment. Evolution is often a patient, subtle process. The conditions were harsh, a hot, arid climate across much of Pangaea. Survival demanded resilience and specific adaptations to scarcity. Scientists analyze ancient soil samples and rock formations for clues about the Triassic climate, piecing together a picture of their environment. The emergence of dinosaurs wasn't a sudden explosion. It was a gradual, almost imperceptible shift, a slow burning fuse that would eventually ignite a new era. These first dinosaurs were generalists, able to eat various foods and adapt to different conditions, a key trait for success in a recovering world. The early Triassic, therefore, was a period of quiet experimentation, a biological proving ground where the future rulers of Earth were taking their first tentative steps. For us, looking back across millions of years, these tiny, agile creatures represent the dawn of an incredible lineage, a story waiting to unfold. The patience of paleontologists, meticulously excavating, cleaning, and analyzing, allows us to witness these whispers of dawn, to reconstruct their forgotten world. It reminds us that even the most dominant forms of life start small, often in the shadows, their eventual triumph unforeseen. Next time, we'll delve deeper into the Triassic as dinosaurs begin their slow, steady climb towards diversification, gradually asserting their presence on a changing planet. Until then, stay curious. The quiet spread of early dinosaurs continued, yet the planet itself grew restless. Geologists examining ancient lava flows began to discern unsettling patterns in the rock record. Thick, widespread layers of basalt told a story of immense volcanic activity, known as the Central Atlantic Magmatic Province, or CAMP, beginning in the late Triassic. Scientists meticulously dated these enormous rock formations, finding their eruption coincided with a period of significant environmental upheaval across the globe. Such massive volcanic events would have released vast amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, triggering profound and rapid climate change. The air grew warmer, more humid, and paleontologists observed subtle shifts in fossil flora, indicating changes in rainfall and vegetation patterns across the supercontinent Pangaea. The dominant archosaurs of the Triassic, like the sprawling phytosaurs and ichthyosaurs, were well adapted to the stable environments that preceded this transformation. But as global conditions fluctuated wildly, many of these established groups began to decline. Their specialized lifestyles became a vulnerability in a world of unpredictability. Dinosaurs, with their more upright posture and efficient locomotion, may have possessed a crucial advantage, allowing them to move more effectively across changing landscapes. Researchers studying bone histology found faster growth rates in some early dinosaurs, suggesting a higher metabolism that might have aided their resilience in fluctuating conditions. It wasn't a sudden dominance, but a gradual, quiet shifting of the ecological balance. The stage was being set for a new era, though no creature could have known it. Then, around 201 million years ago, the planet faced another major crisis, the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event. It was less severe than the Permian, but devastating nonetheless. Global carbon isotope records show a sharp, sudden perturbation, indicating a massive release of carbon into the atmosphere, likely from the extensive volcanic eruptions. This led to rapid global warming and ocean acidification, pushing many species beyond their capacity to adapt. The fossil record shows a dramatic faunal turnover. Over 75% of all species vanished. Most large non-dinosaurian archosaurs, along with many large amphibians and marine reptiles, disappeared from the Earth. Scientists studying rock layers in places like the Newark Basin find a clear boundary, a line where one diverse ecosystem ends and another, much sparser one, begins. But the dinosaurs, surprisingly, were among the survivors. Their numbers, relatively small before the event, now found vast ecological niches open to them. It was not a victory by active competition, but by passive persistence. They were simply better equipped to endure the changing world, or perhaps just lucky. The early Jurassic dawned on a world emptied of its previous rulers. The stage was cleared, ready for a new act, and the dinosaurs were poised to take center stage. Paleontologists sift through these early Jurassic sediments, observing a dramatic increase in dinosaurian fossils immediately after the extinction boundary. This rapid post-extinction radiation is a testament to evolution's power, a swift filling of voids by those few lineages that survived the bottleneck. Among the first groups to truly flourish were the early sauropodomorphs. These were the ancestors of the long-necked giants that would dominate later eras. One of the most well-known is Plateosaurus, discovered in abundance in Germany, a testament to their early success and widespread presence. Researchers painstakingly assemble these skeletons, revealing a creature that could reach up to 10 meters long, standing on two legs but capable of dropping to all fours. Plateosaurus was an herbivore, its leaf-shaped teeth designed for stripping vegetation. Its emergence signaled the beginning of large-bodied plant-eaters among dinosaurs. The shift to herbivory for such large animals was a crucial evolutionary step, allowing them to tap into the vast energy stored in plants, supporting larger populations. Simultaneously, the predatory theropods were also diversifying, evolving into more specialized forms. Their agility and predatory prowess grew. Early Jurassic sites yield fossils of creatures like Sleepless, a slender, fast-moving predator, often found in large bone beds, hinting at social behavior. Scientists examine the teeth and claw marks on fossilized bones, reconstructing hunting strategies and the dynamics of predator-prey relationships. Different theropod lineages began to emerge, some with more robust builds, others with lighter frames, each adapting to specific ecological roles. This early Jurassic period was a crucible of evolution, where the basic body plans for the great dinosaur groups of the Mesozoic were being established. Pangea, though beginning to rift apart, still provided vast land bridges, allowing these diversifying dinosaur lineages to spread across the supercontinent. Fossil discoveries in South Africa, North America, and Europe show similar patterns of dinosaurian dominance in the early Jurassic. Paleontologists compare these geographically distant finds, noting both shared characteristics and subtle regional variations, evidence of ongoing evolution. The world was still warm, with lush vegetation supporting the growing populations of herbivores, which in turn supported the burgeoning predator populations. The meticulous work of mapping these fossil sites and dating the strata allows scientists to trace these global dispersal events with remarkable precision. This expansion and diversification wasn't without its challenges. Every new niche filled, every new adaptation was a test of survival in a changing world. The early Jurassic was a period of consolidation for dinosaurs. They had survived a global catastrophe and emerged as the unchallenged rulers of the land. The small, agile creatures of the Triassic had given way to larger, more specialized forms, laying the groundwork for the truly enormous dinosaurs to come. We observe these ancient landscapes through the fragments they left behind, each bone a whisper from a time when life found a new path to greatness. As the Jurassic period progressed, the continents continued their slow drift, and dinosaurs would reach unprecedented scales and forms, transforming the very face of the planet. We will explore this magnificent era next. As the Jurassic sun set, the Earth itself continued its slow, inexorable transformation. The vast supercontinent Pangaea, once a single landmass, now groaned and fractured, its pieces drifting apart across the ancient oceans. Geophysicists studying paleomagnetic data and seafloor spreading rates have meticulously reconstructed this continental ballet. Each centimeter of drift, accumulated over millions of years, reshaped the planet. First, the northern landmass of Laurasia separated from the southern Gondwana. Then, Gondwana itself began to splinter, giving rise to what would become South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and India. This fragmentation created new oceans and coastlines, altering global climates and ocean currents. It was a slow, majestic process, yet its impact on life was profound. With continents isolated by vast stretches of water, dinosaur populations on each landmass began to evolve independently. This geographical separation was a powerful engine of diversification. Paleontologists carefully compare fossil assemblages from different continents. The unique forms emerging in the Cretaceous periods tell a story of regional evolution. Consider the giant sauropods. While Jurassic sauropods like Brachiosaurus were widespread, the Cretaceous saw the rise of distinct, often even larger, forms on isolated continents. In South America, the titanosaurs emerged, including the colossal Argentinosaurus. Its fossilized vertebrae alone are taller than a human, hinting at an animal of unbelievable mass. Estimating its size required careful biomechanical analysis, modeling the stresses on its bones and muscles. It was a testament to the sheer scale life could attain. These enormous herbivores reshaped their environments, their sheer numbers and feeding habits influencing vegetation patterns across vast floodplains and forests. Alongside these titans, other dinosaur groups underwent spectacular radiations. The armored dinosaurs, such as Ankylosaurus, became walking fortresses. Their heavy osteoderms and tail clubs were formidable defenses against the increasingly powerful predators of the late Cretaceous. Every spike and plate was a testament to survival. In North America, the ceratopsians, or horned dinosaurs, diversified into a bewildering array of forms. Triceratops, with its massive frill and 3 horns, is perhaps the most iconic. The function of their elaborate frills and horns has long been debated. Were they for defense, display, or a combination of both? Fossil evidence points to complex social interactions. A crucial development in the Cretaceous was the rise of flowering plants or angiosperms. Their appearance fundamentally altered global ecosystems. Botanists and paleobotanists analyze fossil pollen and leaf impressions, tracing the rapid spread of these new plants. They offered new food sources and niches. This floral revolution likely fueled the diversification of herbivorous dinosaurs, which in turn drove the evolution of their predators. Life was becoming more interconnected. The Cretaceous period was truly the zenith of dinosaurian dominance. For over 80 million years, they reigned supreme, filling nearly every terrestrial niche. From the smallest bird-like forms to the largest land animals ever to walk the earth, their diversity and adaptations were staggering. It was a world shaped by their presence. This era challenged our understanding of what was possible for terrestrial life, pushing the boundaries of size, speed, and ecological complexity. With such abundant herbivores, the apex predators of the Cretaceous also evolved to unprecedented scales. Tyrannosaurus rex from North America is the most famous example. Its massive skull, serrated teeth, and powerful jaws were built for crushing bone. Scientists analyze bite marks on fossilized bones to understand its feeding strategies. But T. rex was not alone. On the fragmented southern continents, other formidable predators emerged, each adapted to its unique environment. In South America, Giganotosaurus rivaled T. rex in size, perhaps even surpassing it. Its more slender teeth suggest a focus on slicing flesh rather than bone crushing. These regional differences in apex predators reflect the distinct evolutionary paths taken on isolated landmasses, a direct consequence of continental drift. The ecosystems of the Cretaceous were intricate webs of life. Herbivores grazed, predators hunted, and scavengers cleaned, each playing a vital role. Fossilized stomach contents and coprolites, fossilized feces, provide direct evidence of diet, offering rare glimpses into the daily meals of these ancient creatures. The sheer biomass supported by these ecosystems was immense, a testament to the productivity of the Cretaceous world. It was a time of immense energy flow. Analyzing the stable isotopes in fossil bones can even reveal aspects of their diet and migratory patterns, painting a more complete picture of their lives. The Cretaceous was a world of giants, but also of intricate interactions, where every species played a part in the grand, dynamic balance of nature. Beyond their physical forms, evidence began to suggest complex social behaviors. Fossil trackways preserved in ancient mud provided crucial clues. Mass bone beds where hundreds or even thousands of individuals of a single species are found together imply herd behavior, especially among herbivores like hadrosaurs and ceratopsians. The famous Egg Mountain site in Montana, discovered by Jack Horner, revealed nests with eggs, hatchlings, and juvenile Maiasaura, meaning good mother lizard. This provided compelling evidence of parental care, suggesting that some dinosaurs nurtured their young for extended periods, much like modern birds. These discoveries transformed our understanding of dinosaur intelligence and social structures, moving beyond the image of solitary, lumbering beasts. The Cretaceous was a time of intricate communities with complex social dynamics, communication, and perhaps even emotional bonds within herds. The meticulous work of piecing together these fragments of behavior from tracks, bones, and nests continues to reveal the sophisticated lives of these ancient rulers. For many millions of years, the dinosaurs thrived, a testament to their evolutionary success. They had adapted, diversified, and dominated the land like no creatures before or since. The world was theirs, a magnificent, vibrant tapestry woven with the lives of these incredible reptiles. Their reign seemed unshakable, an eternal fixture of Earth's story. But even the most enduring reigns eventually face their twilight. The stage was set for a final, dramatic act, one that would redefine life on Earth forever. We will journey into this pivotal moment next. The Cretaceous world, though teeming with giants, was not merely a backdrop for their dominance. It was a vibrant, living stage where dinosaurs played out their daily lives, a complex tapestry of survival, growth, and interaction. How did they truly live beyond their impressive forms? Unlocking these secrets requires moving beyond the grand skeletal displays. It means delving into the subtle clues preserved in the rock record, fragments of behavior frozen in time. Each piece, no matter how small, adds to the grand narrative. One of the most direct insights into an animal's life is its diet. What did these colossal creatures eat? The answers come from surprising sources, often from what they left behind. Fossilized stomach contents offer a rare, intimate glimpse. A discovery within a large, carnivorous theropod revealed fragments of a smaller dinosaur, bones partially digested, offering irrefutable proof of its last meal. Even more commonly, paleontologists study coprolites, fossilized feces. These ancient droppings, when analyzed under a microscope, reveal plant fibers, bone fragments, or even fish scales, painting a vivid picture of ancient diets. A large coprolite from a tyrannosaurid, for instance, showed pulverized bone fragments, confirming its bone-crushing capabilities. This was direct evidence, not mere inference from tooth shape. For herbivores, the story was different. Coprolites from sauropods often contain bits of conifer needles or cycad leaves, reflecting the dominant flora of their time. They were nature's slow-moving lawnmowers. Dental morphology also provides crucial clues. Serrated, blade-like teeth spoke of flesh-slicing carnivores, while broad, grinding teeth were characteristic of plant-eaters. Each tooth was a tool, perfectly adapted. The presence of gastroliths or stomach stones in the abdominal regions of some sauropod skeletons suggested they ingested rocks to help grind tough plant matter, much like modern birds. Beyond sustenance, the cycle of life demanded reproduction. How did dinosaurs raise their young? For decades, it was a mystery until remarkable fossil discoveries began to reveal their family lives. The discovery of Egg Mountain in Montana was a watershed moment. Here, paleontologists unearthed vast nesting colonies of Maiasaura, good mother lizard, and their young. The nests were shallow depressions, often arranged in patterns, suggesting communal nesting. Crucially, juvenile Maiasaura were found within the nests, implying that parents returned to feed and care for their hatchlings. Embryonic fossils, tiny bones preserved inside eggs, offered insights into their development, revealing miniature versions of the adults ready to emerge into the prehistoric world. Different egg shapes and sizes were found globally, from spherical to elongated, suggesting diverse reproductive strategies across different dinosaur groups. Each egg was a capsule of potential. The growth rings in dinosaur bones, similar to tree rings, allowed scientists to estimate their growth rates. Many dinosaurs grew remarkably fast, reaching immense sizes in a relatively short time. This rapid growth suggested a high metabolic rate, a topic of ongoing debate among paleontologists regarding whether dinosaurs were warm-blooded, cold-blooded, or something in between. Beyond individuals and families, how did dinosaurs interact within their larger communities? Fossil trackways provide some of the most dynamic evidence of social behavior. A series of parallel tracks of sauropods, all moving in the same direction, strongly suggested herd behavior, perhaps for protection against predators or for migration to new feeding grounds. Trackways can also reveal speed and gait. The spacing and depth of footprints allow scientists to calculate how fast a dinosaur was moving, whether it was walking, trotting, or running. Mass bone beds where hundreds of individuals of a single species are found together further support the idea of social grouping, especially among herbivores like hadrosaurs and ceratopsians. These deposits often represent catastrophic events like floods or droughts that trapped entire herds, preserving a snapshot of their communal lives. Evidence for predator-prey dynamics also comes from tracks. A set of theropod tracks following those of a herbivore suggests ancient hunts frozen in the mud. Some discoveries hint at more complex predatory strategies. Multiple Deinonychus fossils found near a larger Tenontosaurus carcass have been interpreted as evidence of pack hunting. Beyond physical interaction, how did dinosaurs communicate? Their elaborate crests, frills, and sails were likely not just for defense, but for visual display and species recognition. The hollow crests of hadrosaurs, like Parasaurolophus, are particularly intriguing. Reconstructions suggest they functioned as resonating chambers, producing low-frequency calls that could travel long distances. Brain endocasts created by filling the cranial cavity of fossil skulls reveal the size and shape of different brain regions, offering clues about their senses and intelligence. Large olfactory bulbs indicated a keen sense of smell in predators like Tyrannosaurus, crucial for locating prey or carrion across vast landscapes. The structure of the inner ear can provide insights into their hearing range, suggesting whether they perceived high-pitched squeaks or low-frequency rumblings. Skeletal structures, particularly the robust legs of sauropods or the agile limbs of theropods, directly informed our understanding of their movement, speed, and posture. Soft tissue impressions, though rare, are invaluable. Feathered dinosaurs, like some small theropods, provided direct evidence of plumage, challenging previous assumptions about dinosaur appearance. These discoveries transformed our mental images of dinosaurs, from scaly, reptilian beasts to creatures with a surprising array of colors, textures, and perhaps even behaviors akin to modern birds. The sheer diversity of dinosaur forms throughout the Mesozoic, from the Triasic's agile Aeoraptor to the Cretaceous's colossal Argentinosaurus, reflected millions of years of evolutionary experimentation. Every bone, every track, every fossilized fragment contributes to this intricate puzzle, revealing not just their anatomy, but the very rhythm of their lives. The study of dinosaur paleopathology, the examination of ancient diseases and injuries, tells us about the challenges they faced, from broken bones to infections and the struggles for survival. A healed bite mark on a Triceratops frill, for example, speaks volumes about a fierce encounter with a Tyrannosaurus, a testament to the brutal realities of their world. Through these myriad clues, we begin to reconstruct a day in the life of a Mesozoic dinosaur, a vibrant, complex existence that spanned over 160 million years. From the quiet rustle of a sauropod grazing in a fern forest to the thunderous charge of a tyrannosaur through a swamp, their world was alive with activity. The patient, meticulous work of scientists sifting through layers of time allows us to glimpse these intimate details, connecting us to a world long past. Their lives were not static, but dynamic, evolving, and adapting to a constantly changing planet. They were magnificent, intricate beings, far more than just terrible lizards. Yet even the most successful stories must conclude. As the Cretaceous wore on, subtle shifts in the Earth's rhythms began to gather, hinting at a final, cataclysmic event that would bring their glorious reign to an abrupt and dramatic end. We will explore this profound moment next. The magnificent reign of the dinosaurs, a story spanning over 160 million years, seemed unshakable. Yet, as the late Cretaceous period wore on, subtle shifts in the Earth's rhythms began to gather, hinting at a profound change on the horizon. Scientists sifting through layers of rock observed a quiet tapering off in the diversity of some dinosaur groups towards the very end of this era. It was a subtle signal, a prelude to something far more dramatic. Then, abruptly, the fossil record changed. A distinct boundary appeared in the geological strata worldwide, a sharp line marking the disappearance of nearly all non-avian dinosaurs and many other species. For decades, this geological moment, known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene or KPG boundary, was a profound mystery. What cataclysm could have wiped out such dominant and diverse creatures so suddenly? Early theories proposed gradual climate change, widespread volcanic eruptions, or even disease. Each had merit, but none fully explained the global, sudden nature of the extinctions. In the late 1970s, a father and son team, physicist Luis Alvarez and geologist Walter Alvarez, turned their attention to a thin, distinctive clay layer found at the KPG boundary in Gubbio, Italy. They were initially trying to determine how long it took for this clay layer to form. To do this, they needed a constant reference point, a cosmic clock, if you will. Their colleague Francesco was tasked with analyzing the clay for iridium, an element rare in Earth's crust but abundant in meteorites and cosmic dust, which falls to Earth at a relatively constant rate. The results were astonishing. The KPG clay layer contained iridium concentrations hundreds of times higher than normal background levels. It was an anomaly that defied terrestrial explanation. This discovery led the Alvarez team to a bold hypothesis. The iridium anomaly was the signature of a massive extraterrestrial impact, a colossal asteroid or comet striking Earth. The idea was met with considerable skepticism. The scientific community, accustomed to gradual geological processes, found the notion of a sudden, catastrophic cosmic impact hard to accept. Yet the evidence was compelling. If the theory was correct, the iridium layer should be found globally, not just in Italy. The search began in earnest. Soon, other researchers confirmed the iridium anomaly in KPG boundary layers from Denmark, New Zealand, and eventually, dozens of sites across every continent and ocean basin. This global distribution of the iridium layer provided powerful support for the impact theory. It was an event of planetary scale, leaving an unmistakable signature in the rocks. If a large object had struck Earth, there must be a crater, a wound left by the impact. But where was it? The search for the missing impact structure began. Geologists studying gravity anomalies in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico had previously noted a large, circular subsurface structure, but its origin was unknown. Decades earlier, oil exploration by Pemex, the Mexican state oil company, had revealed a vast, buried circular feature, but its significance was not fully understood at the time. It was planetary geologist Alan Hildebrand who, in 1990, connected the dots, linking the Yucatan anomaly with the KPG extinction event and the global iridium layer. The Chicxulub crater, named after a nearby town, was finally identified. It was a colossal impact structure, nearly 180 kilometers in diameter, buried beneath layers of younger sediment. Seismic surveys and core samples drilled into the crater confirmed its impact origin and its age, perfectly aligning with the KPG boundary. The impactor, estimated to be about 10-15 kilometers wide, struck Earth with the energy equivalent of billions of atomic bombs. The immediate devastation was unimaginable. A massive shockwave ripped through the atmosphere, followed by a superheated blast of vaporized rock and debris. Global wildfires ignited, consuming forests across continents. Evidence for these fires comes from a global layer of soot and charcoal found alongside the iridium, clear signs of widespread burning on a scale never before seen. Gigantic tsunamis hundreds of meters high scoured coastlines thousands of miles from the impact site, leaving behind telltale deposits of jumbled sediments and marine fossils. Molten rock droplets called spherules rained down globally, forming a distinct layer in the KPG boundary. These solidified spheres of rock were direct ejecta from the impact. The impact propelled vast amounts of dust, ash, and aerosols into the upper atmosphere, shrouding the entire planet in a dense, perpetual twilight. This impact winter plunged Earth into darkness and a sudden, dramatic cooling. For months, perhaps years, sunlight struggled to reach the surface, disrupting life at its most fundamental level. Photosynthesis, the very foundation of most food chains, collapsed. Plants withered and the herbivores that fed on them starved, followed swiftly by the carnivores. Sulfur-rich rocks at the impact site vaporized, releasing enormous quantities of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, leading to global acid rain that devastated ecosystems. The long-term climate shifts were extreme, oscillating between freezing cold and scorching heat as the atmosphere slowly cleared, further stressing any surviving life forms. It was these cascading environmental consequences, not just the initial blast, that led to the demise of the non-avian dinosaurs. Their large bodies and specialized diets made them particularly vulnerable. The world was suddenly too cold, too dark, and too barren to support the vast ecosystems that had sustained them for so long. The giants simply could not adapt quickly enough. Many marine reptiles like mosasaurs and plesiosaurs also vanished, as did the ammonites, shelled cephalopods that had thrived for hundreds of millions of years. Yet some life endured, smaller, adaptable creatures, those that could burrow, scavenge, or survive on decaying matter, found a way through the darkness. Mammals, birds, and some reptiles persisted. The fossil record shows a dramatic fern spore spike immediately above the KPG boundary, indicating that ferns, pioneer species, were among the first plants to recover and colonize the devastated landscapes. The discovery of the iridium layer and the Chicxulub crater represents one of the greatest breakthroughs in paleontology, transforming our understanding of Earth's history and the forces that shape it. It was a stark reminder that even the most dominant forms of life are vulnerable to cosmic chance, a sudden, violent punctuation mark at the end of an era. The world fell silent, a great stillness descending upon a planet that had for so long echoed with the roars and thundering footsteps of giants. The reign of the dinosaurs was over. But from this silence, a new chapter would begin. The ecological voids left by the dinosaurs created unprecedented opportunities for the survivors, setting the stage for a new diversification of life. In the quiet aftermath of this global catastrophe, the seeds of a new world were sown, leading to the rise of creatures that would one day walk upright and wonder about the giants who came before. We will explore this new dawn next. In the quiet aftermath of the KPG event, the world was a canvas wiped clean, ready for new strokes of life. The air, once thick with ash, slowly began to clear, revealing a scarred but resilient planet. Vast ecological niches lay vacant. The immense herbivores and their formidable predators were gone, leaving behind a silence that spoke volumes of the sudden, profound change. Among the survivors were small, unassuming mammals. For millions of years, they had lived in the shadows of the dinosaurs, often nocturnal, foraging for insects and seeds. Now, with their colossal overlords removed, these tiny creatures found an unprecedented opportunity. The competition was gone and resources were suddenly abundant. What followed was an explosion of mammalian evolution. Within a few million years, they diversified rapidly, adapting to fill the vacant roles of herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. From tiny shrews to early primates and eventually to the ancestors of whales and elephants, mammals explored every conceivable pathway, reshaping terrestrial ecosystems. The forests regenerated, new grasslands emerged, and the oceans, too, saw a resurgence of life, with new marine creatures thriving in the absence of the great marine reptiles. This epoch, the Paleogene, marked the beginning of the Cenozoic era, the age of mammals. It was a testament to life's enduring capacity for renewal and adaptation. Yet the story of dinosaurs didn't end with the KPG boundary. For many years, scientists pondered if any lineage truly survived, if echoes of their reigns still walked among us. The connection between birds and dinosaurs had been suspected since the discovery of Archaeopteryx in the 19th century, a creature with feathers and reptilian skeletal features. But it was in the late 20th and early 21st centuries that this idea truly solidified, transforming our understanding of dinosaurian legacy. The answer was flying right above our heads. New fossil discoveries, particularly from China, revealed small, feathered dinosaurs, some with skeletal structures strikingly similar to modern birds. The evidence became overwhelming. Birds are not just related to dinosaurs, they are, in fact, direct descendants of a specific group of small, carnivorous theropods. The lineage that led to modern birds managed to survive the KPG extinction, perhaps due to their smaller size, varied diet, and ability to fly. So when you see a robin on a branch or a hawk soaring overhead, you are witnessing a living dinosaur, a testament to their incredible evolutionary success and resilience. Their bones are hollow, their bodies covered in feathers, their hearts beat fast. These are adaptations honed over millions of years, connecting them directly to their Mesozoic ancestors. The dinosaurs never truly vanished. They simply evolved, shrank, and took to the skies, continuing their journey through time in a new and magnificent form. Our understanding of dinosaurs is not static. It is a constantly evolving narrative, shaped by new discoveries and refined by persistent scientific inquiry. From the deserts of Mongolia to the badlands of North America, from the icy plains of Antarctica to the ancient riverbeds of China, paleontologists continue their relentless search. Modern technology has revolutionized the field. CT scans reveal internal bone structures without damage, and molecular techniques explore the faint traces of ancient proteins. Each new bone, each new footprint, each new layer of sediment adds another detail, challenging old assumptions and painting an ever more vivid picture of their world. We learn more about their growth rates, their social behaviors, their intelligence, and even the colors of their feathers, moving beyond simple skeletal outlines. Even the KPG extinction event itself is subject to ongoing research, with new data refining our understanding of its precise timing and cascading environmental effects. The scientific journey is one of endless questions. What triggered their initial rise? What were the true limits of their size? How complex were their brains? The mystery lingers. Beyond the scientific papers and museum halls, dinosaurs hold a unique place in the human imagination. They are symbols of ancient power, of a lost world, of the vastness of time. From childhood wonder to lifelong passion, they inspire countless individuals to pursue science, to dig deeper, to ask what if about the past. They roar across our screens, populate our books, and stand as majestic guardians in our museums, forever etched into our collective consciousness. There's a touch of prehistoric magic in their story, a reminder that the world was once a very different place, ruled by creatures almost beyond our wildest dreams. And in our fascination, we connect with them, bridging millions of years, understanding that even in their disappearance, they profoundly shaped the world we inhabit today. Our journey through deep time, from their quiet Triassic origins to their Cretaceous triumphs and ultimate demise, has shown us the immense power of evolution and the fragility of even the most dominant life forms. It reminds us that life on Earth is a continuous cycle of emergence, adaptation, and transformation, with each ending paving the way for a new beginning. The story of dinosaurs is not just their story, it is Earth's story, written in stone, waiting for curious minds to decipher its ancient script. Even as we understand more, the mystery of their existence, their sheer majesty, continues to captivate, leaving questions that echo across the millennia. That wonder, that persistent curiosity, is the true legacy of the dinosaurs, driving us to look closer, to dig deeper, to imagine a world beyond our own. As we bring our journey to a close, let us reflect on the incredible resilience of life, the relentless march of time, and the astonishing creatures that once walked this planet. Their footprints are still here, etched in rock, in our bones, and in the very birds that sing outside our windows. They are not gone, their spirit endures. The quiet power of the past continues to shape our present, reminding us of the deep connections between all living things across immense spans of time. And so, our sleepless scientists' journey through the age of dinosaurs concludes, but the adventure of discovery never truly ends. Each sunrise brings new questions, new opportunities to unravel the universe's grand designs, whether in the fossil record or in the stars above. May the echoes of these magnificent creatures inspire your own curiosity, and may their enduring legacy bring you a sense of wonder and peace. And so, as the moon climbs high, sleep well.